I'm Peppa Pig. Okay.
Pepper Pig.
No.
I saw her at the grocery store the other day.
Peppa Pig?
Yep, she was in the meat section.
That's fucked up, Piper. Oh my god.
Welcome back to the I Want to Be Like You podcast, the mother-daughter podcast that will make you laugh, make you cry, and probably make you a little bit uncomfortable. We are your hosts, Christina and Piper.
Hey guys. We're not super sure what we're going to talk about this week, but one thing I do want to talk about first is why adults and people in general have such a hard time admitting when they're wrong. And why parents have such a hard time admitting to their children when they're wrong. What is the big deal? Seriously.
I don't know.
Why is admitting you're wrong so fucking hard for some people? I don't get it. I really don't. The amount of times in my life that I've had people give me shit and tell me that it's impossible for me to admit when I'm wrong is so bizarre, because I actually don't have a problem admitting when I'm wrong. Like, I don't know, it's just not embarrassing to me. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like, if you learn something new, or you learn something you didn't know, or you get information you didn't have previously, like, it happens all the time. And, you know, if someone else is right when you're right, you're right. You know, like, it happens. Whatever. So you were wrong. Say, oh shit, didn't know that, or, oh damn, my bad. I did not have all the information. I was incorrect, or I was mistaken. Move on. But typically I've noticed that the people that are usually yelling at me, telling me, you know, pretty hostilely that I just can't admit when I'm wrong, are the ones that they want me to say I'm wrong because they just don't like what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, they're just, they want me to say that I'm wrong because what I'm saying is something they don't like. Usually about them. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just telling you. Parents, particularly, that, like, refuse to admit when they've done something wrong to their kids.
Yeah.
Specifically. I've definitely fucked up as a parent.
Yeah.
I don't want to give the false impression on this podcast that I'm some sort of perfect parent, because I'm not. You know? I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've learned a lot. Being your parent.
You always apologize, too.
Yeah, I do. I apologize when I mess up. I always try to apologize, you know, anytime I mess up. And if I've ever done something that's hurt you that I didn't know about, I always want you to tell me so that I do know about it, so I don't do it again, you know, or so that I can apologize to you and acknowledge that I shouldn't have done it, so that you know that I would never do or say anything to intentionally hurt you. I don't want you to ever think that I don't give a shit how you feel, or that you think that my need to say something is more important than how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never understood that. But you said, what were you telling me earlier today? Something happened in class or something?
This is just a general thing for, like, if anyone listens to this that is still in school. It sucks when you're writing an argumentative essay and how my teacher...
Oh, debate. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You were talking to me. Okay.
Yeah, and how my teacher does it is she'll give you one side of the argument that you have to write an essay about as to why your side is right. Then the other students have to write the other side. And I hate when, like, halfway through me writing the essay, I realize that the other side is right. Because I'm like, I shouldn't be writing this anymore.
Yeah.
Because what I'm writing is false.
In that episode of Gilmore Girls where Rory and Paris are on the debate team, it's the episode where they first meet Sherry.
Yeah.
But you and I like the episode because it's where Lorelai and Suki are in the audience.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when they announce Rory and
They start
Paris,
cheering.
they go, ow, woo, and everyone stares at them.
Yeah.
And they're like, were we not supposed to do that? And I go, maybe no one noticed. Like, that's what they do. Like, and you know, she flips the coin at the beginning because in debate, the point of debate team is to be able to argue either side.
Yeah.
And that's why they flipped the coin in the beginning. And Paris and Rory won the coin toss, which means they get to pick if they're pro or con.
Oh.
So they got to pick pro-assisted suicide. So they knew that their argument for pro-doctor-assisted suicide was better
Yeah.
than con. So they knew they had a better chance of winning.
Yeah.
But they had arguments for both sides.
Yeah.
So that's the point of debate team, is you have to try and win for either side,
Yeah.
you know?
I remember when I was in elementary school, I wanted to join debate team.
I mean, honestly, debate team is pretty fascinating because, if nothing else, it should teach you that there are going to be points on both sides.
Yeah.
Always. In any argument, there's going to be points on both sides.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of adults' downfalls is thinking that there is only one point and it's theirs, you know? But honestly, like, I loved that you said that to me this morning. And it was the way you said it that was so funny. Because you said it differently just now, but when you said it to me this morning, you were like, you know what I really hate? And I was like, what? And you said, when I'm writing a paper and we're assigned the paper and one side has to argue for one side and the other part of the class has to argue for another. And I'm in the middle of writing my paper and I realized that the other person is right. And it was just so funny to me because I cannot tell you how many arguments in my life, you know, as a kid, teenager, and adult, and especially in marriage. Honey, dear Lord, I can't tell you how many times in life as a child or teenager, adult, and especially in marriage, where it's either right after the argument or mid-argument, I will be, and you're like heated, you know?
Yeah.
You're like in it.
Yeah.
And then you come to the realization of whether it's the other person giving you information you didn't have, or in the process of arguing, you come to a realization yourself.
Yeah.
And realize that you're wrong. And then you have this, you know, and I'm not going to lie to you. Then we all have pride, you know, then you have your like inner monologue of like, okay, so say it's me and David arguing. And then I'm like, all right, now my husband has pissed me off. And knowing David, he's probably being a little condescending, you know, he's got that like Scottish/European superiority complex thing, you know, so he's probably talking down to me a little bit. And I'm like, do I want to let him know right now that he's right? Or do I want to just end the argument and tell him to fuck off for a little bit? Let him stew and know I'm pissed at him. And let him know later that he's right. Which one do I want to do?
I say the second one.
Usually I do the second one. It depends on what kind of day I've had. You know? Or, honestly, sometimes, a lot of the arguments David and I get into, sometimes I can't help it and I just like start cracking up.
They're so
and I'm
stupid.
like, okay, first of all, this argument is silly. Second of all, you're right. Like, you know, or something like that. Or the opposite. Like, David and I will be arguing and I'll say something to him and he'll get this look on his face and I can literally see
The wheels
turning. And then he'll be like, oh, you're right. Okay. Like, and then it's just like, whatever, move on, you know? I guess I got really lucky with David. Neither of us harp on stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, we're never like, ha ha, I was right, you were wrong. Like, it's just like, oh shit, you're right, you know?
Me and Pop do that.
Yeah, and then we're just like, oh, harping on it?
Yeah.
Pop, stay harping on that shit. I never understood the embarrassment factor, I guess, of being wrong.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being wrong.
No. And a lot of the things I know now, I only know because I fucked up.
Yeah.
if that makes sense. You know, I mean, a lot of the things that I'm really good at in my job now is because I did it wrong first.
Yeah.
You know, and let me just tell you, there is no better teacher than fucking up first. Because once you fuck up, you won't do it again. Mm-hmm. And you won't forget. You know? It's a lot better teacher than being perfect the whole time. I'm glad that you also seem to have gotten that from me.
Yeah.
You know, you don't seem to have a problem being like, oh, I've never seen you in all... You're even when you were little and stubborn. I've never seen you...
Jeez.
Be like... You are stubborn.
I know.
You come by it honestly. Mm-hmm. But even when you were little, you know, and a stubborn little toddler,
yeah.
I've never seen you be like, you know, no, I'm not wrong. Like, you're always just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you learn something new or whatever. And then we started talking about, just as a heads up for our audience, because I always promised to give trigger warnings and things like that, I'm about to talk about abortion. I used to be adamantly against it. Growing up, having Southern Baptist religion shoved down my throat, there's really no way around it. Like, I'm gonna be taught that it's murder and blah, 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 and it's just, it's not. It's not. That's an extremely narrow-minded way to look at that. And extremely, oddly enough, the fact that people that think abortion is selfish, looking at it that way is a atrociously selfish way of looking at abortion. We'll probably do a whole episode on that at some point, but as I got older and learned new information,
yeah,
and experienced things on my own, my views shifted and changed, and I realized I was wrong.
Yeah.
I had been wrong. There's nothing wrong with learning new information and admitting that you're wrong. Yeah. Like, I don't understand what this perpetual need to, like, dig your heels in and be right is, and parents are terrible at it.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, how many times have you heard a parent talking to their kid and, like the kid will say something and the parent's not even listening to what the kid says. The only thing the parent cares about is that the kid is arguing.
A lot. I don't think it's fair. A friend
that we love.
Yes, absolutely. Sent me
that I would like to adopt. Just throwing that out there.
Sent me a text yesterday saying, I'm about to jump out of my car. And I was like, what? And then they sent me a video of their grandma basically being...
Your grandma.
I love that scene. Basically being like, there aren't beauty standards now.
No, you gotta say it the way that she said it.
Oh, she
like,
was...
I have never in my life heard such a backhanded compliment in my life.
Their grandma was
shocked.
Was basically like, you're so lucky you can, like, eat whatever you want since there's no beauty standards anymore. And I heard my friend in the video say, you know how there were beauty standards back in, like, your time in, like, the 50s and 60s where you had to have a small waist, big boobs, and thin legs and long hair. Mm-hmm. They said it's like that, but 10 times worse. People are changing every single part of their body just to become popular and liked. And my friend's grandma said, well, in that case, maybe you should stop snacking so much. That is not something that you should say to someone.
Especially not to a growing teenager.
Yeah.
Please see Plenty of Fish in the Sea episode where we discuss eating disorders. For the love of God. I literally want to shake that grandmother. I just want to be like...
But then the grandma started talking about how, like, my friend's mom wasn't popular based on her looks or anything. It was because she was nice, which honestly, I was so shocked. Her mama is not nice.
She's not nice.
I say with so little respect, she is not nice at all. She is crabby. Okay, she's a crabby, mean lady. Like, the grandma was like, she was just popular because she was so nice and sweet.
She's loaded.
Yeah. And, like, personally, I think you shouldn't be friends with someone just because they have money.
No.
But that's kind of how it was and is sometimes.
You should be friends with someone because of who they are.
Yeah. But sadly, that is kind of how it was and is.
Luckily, your friend that was stuck in the car with this woman is an amazing person, beautiful soul.
Yes.
They don't have anything to worry about.
They don't. Y'all, we FaceTimed after they told me that, and they were going to see Wicked, and their dress is so pretty, and they had these cute little, like, green heels on.
Yes.
I loved them.
Yes.
And they did their eyeliner on their own, and it was, like, perfectly even, too. Sorry, I just had to mention that. I have respect for people that can make their eyeliner even.
I would just like them to come live with us. If you're listening to this, just come live with us, okay? Okay, we'll see you later when you come live with us.
Like, how dare the grandma think that there isn't beauty standards anymore? Because I know she has old
No,
lady
she can
friends.
think that. She can be stupid.
Yeah.
Anyone can be stupid.
Yeah.
But
it's a gift.
When you said that she said that, if I had been a cartoon, my chin would have been on the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, she said what? It's giving audacity. She said that out loud to them? Okay. What the fuck?
But then we also started, like, getting on the topic
the actual shit
of pronouns, because my friend's grandma, I don't think I told you this, but was also like, well, maybe if there's beauty standards, maybe you should talk to Jesus. And, you know, my friend...
Does she have his phone number?
And my friend isn't really, like, Christian. But what I find, personally, so stupid, I don't care if you don't like the LGBTQ community. Just respect people's pronouns.
Or just mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
Like, why is it your problem?
Like, if someone goes by she, they, he, they, them, she, her, whatever, just respect it. It's not that hard.
How is it really affecting you?
Like, you don't have to support it, but just, like, use the right pronouns.
Yeah, this is not a hard concept. Just do it. Ugh. I get so annoyed.
Yeah.
I get so annoyed.
And y'all,
I get annoyed with myself, mostly because I try really hard to, like, you know, make sure I use the correct pronouns. And whenever I mess up, I try to fix it, you know.
Yeah.
But also, typically, with anyone I've ever messed up, they never get upset with me.
Yeah.
Because
it's a normal thing, like,
right, and they also know that I'm trying. Like, they know I'm not doing it on purpose, and that I'm like, and I also, like, immediately I'm like, oh shit, sorry, you know, and I'm like, or I mean, like, you know, I, like, correct myself, and they're usually like, it's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, don't be rude, don't be disrespectful, don't be fucking hateful.
Yeah.
And also, like, I am just so sick of the bitching. Like, how does someone else's pronouns really affect you? Mm-hmm. How is this really affecting you? How is who someone else chooses to love really affecting you? How is who someone else chooses to live with, marry, be with, have children with, grow old with, build a life with, really affecting you? If you cannot give me a way in which it is affecting you directly, sit down and shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't imagine someone coming up to me and telling me who they are, you know?
Yeah.
And how they wish to be addressed by me. And me just being like, no.
Yeah.
Like, what? No. What the fuck? Yeah. The only response to that is, okay, noted. Like, what the fuck? What? I mean, and I just don't understand. How is someone telling you their pronouns any different than someone letting you know their nickname?
Yeah.
That's extremely, you know, that's oversimplification, but just for argument's sake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I remember in elementary school, in fucking kindergarten, I had to fill out this little card where we write our names, and then there's a little spot for what do you like to be called? As in, like, I had there was, first of all, my year was the year of Christina's. There were Christina's every fucking where, okay? But almost every Christina in my grade had a nickname. I was like the only one that went by Christina.
Oh.
There was a bunch of Tinas, so you would put your nickname.
Yeah.
And I always put, Christina, because that doodle book hated nicknames. I wasn't allowed to have one.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have one.
I have like 2 nicknames.
I know. I wasn't allowed to have a nickname. But then I always had another girl in my class. I can't remember her last name, but it started with an A. Anyway, she went by Chrissy.
Okay.
So she would write Christina and her last name, and then under what do you like to be called, she'd put Chrissy.
Yeah.
How is it any different? How is it any different? It's not. Mm-hmm. And how does it affect you? How does it affect you? It doesn't? Okay. Like, and also, for the people that are like, well, it just feels weird to call them that. Okay, well, it feels even worse for them to be called something else.
Yeah.
So don't fucking do it. Yeah. Like, ugh. God, I can literally rant about this for hours. It just bugs the ever-loving shit out of me.
Whenever I first meet someone, I'm always like, what are your pronouns?
Yeah. They also have it in the, when I filled out all my paperwork for school. They had it in there too, of course.
Nice.
And they had a spot for a nickname, which, again, I don't have one. But I asked them to call me the Empress Bobo Bell.
Did you seriously?
No.
Oh.
I've never understood. Even as a kid, I didn't understand that. Like, yeah. I remember even before I completely rejected the absolute bullshit that is Southern Baptist crap. You know what? I'm not even going to say just Southern Baptist, just religious crap. And I'm not talking about belief in God or Jesus or anything like that, because let me just tell you, the religion that I grew up with doesn't have anything to do with God or Jesus. I'm telling you that right now. It didn't have anything to do with them.
I feel like that the person that would also, like, always make you, like, go to church and stuff was also, like, over-exaggerating some things. Like, from what you've told me.
No, Tony's an asshole, though. I'm not going to be taking any fucking life advice from someone that cheats on his wife after 18 years. Like, please. But, I mean, like, even as a kid, I remember, like, when I first learned about, the LGBTQ community and everything, I remember thinking, why is this a problem?
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm learning about this from conservatives.
Yeah.
So think about the fact that they are telling me about this in their words, which are probably not very nice and are probably not very pro-pride. And yet I'm still sitting there as a kid thinking, why do you have a problem with this?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the issue here. You kind of just sound like an asshole. Like, even as a kid, I was like, why is this an issue? Those two women are together? That's cute. No, it's not? Oh.
Lesbians are so cute.
And then I'm like, oh, those two men. Oh, my God. I'm like, they're so cute. No, they're not? Oh.
Literally? I know there's...
What's the problem? And then I'm like, as I got older, I'm like, you don't like that he's wearing a dress? Because he looks better in it than you? Is that the problem? No, that's not the problem? Are you sure? Like, what is the issue? What is the problem?
I know there's so many jokes about this, but when I was in, like, 4th grade, there was these, like, really, like, Christian and, like, conservative kids. Mm-hmm. And I remember they would make, like, kind of homophobic jokes in a way. But they would be the ones that, like, it would be 2 guys or, like, 2-3 guys half the time.
What's kinda homophobic?
Okay, well, homophobic.
Okay.
But I only said kind of because they were 4th graders and I didn't know if they like...
They probably didn't know what they were saying. I bet they were repeating shit they heard their parents say.
Yeah, and like I said, I know there's jokes, but they would always be the ones that would like flirt with each other. Like you would be certain that they were dating. You know the jokes that are like, I've definitely flirted or like gone on more dates or whatever with my best friend than any other guy. You know, jokes like that?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I tell jokes like that about Aunt Cheryl.
Aunt Cheryl.
I don't know why I said aunt like that. Aunt Cheryl. Auntie. Auntie. How does it make you feel, I have to ask? Because you do have a lot of friends, and we are very supportive in this house.
Absolutely.
You know, our house is...
Absolutely.
We are a huge ally house. How do you feel about family members that we have that aren't just unsupportive but are vehemently against?
What is vehemently?
Like hostile.
Okay.
Against. Like are homophobic and transphobic, and like how does that make you feel? Genuinely, I wonder.
Honestly, it kind of hurts because it's just so disrespectful. And if there's one thing I know about being like Christian or anything, is that you might not support it, but you can't be like hostile towards it, because that goes against what you believe in. Mm-hmm. Like you have to like love your neighbors, respect everyone, even if you don't support it. Love everyone and respect everyone. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of my Christian friends have told me like what I just said, like you have to love your neighbors no matter what, like love everyone. Because like it's just so rude, and you have to think about how you're making other people feel. Like I'm gonna be that like 1st grade teacher. Put yourself in other people's shoes.
Yeah, that's one thing they really don't do.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that about all, at least all Christians I've ever come into contact with.
What?
They don't think about how the things they do affect others.
Kaylee doesn't.
I don't even count her.
Oh.
Because she doesn't act anything like the one, and that's a compliment. Because I don't even think of her as one, because she doesn't act like...
Personally, I feel like with 2 of my friends that are Christian that do theater, it's like you might not support it, but like you can't be like you know about it.
Well, I think the theater gives them more insight as well.
Yeah, because like so many gay people are in theater.
Yeah. They also make a lot of backhanded comments, like the one our lovely friend's grandmother made. Yeah. Or they'll say things like, you know, I still love you, even with the mistakes that you make. And I'm like, what I'm doing is only a mistake to you. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean it's a mistake. You don't get to decide that it's a mistake. Yeah. You are not the authority. You don't make the rules.
You are not the father. Sorry. I don't think I've ever met a racist Christian.
Are you joking?
Or at least the ones that I know now, like my friends.
Your friends aren't, but you've absolutely met a racist Christian.
Oh.
You just didn't know they were racist.
Oh.
And I'm not going to tell you who they are on our podcast, but I am telling you right now that I am guaranteeing you, based on people I know that you have met, that you have absolutely met a racist Christian. Several.
Are they in the family?
They are.
I find racism
and some
so
are in
stupid.
the extended family. So, yes, you have.
I find
they just aren't stupid enough to run their fucking mouths in front of me. Mm. And that's why you don't know that.
Oh, okay. I find racism so stupid.
It's disgusting, is what it is. We'll talk more and more about it as we go. I'm glad that I'm raising you to know the difference between right and wrong, and knowing that it's okay to admit when you're wrong.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks, we're going to see Wicked, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taking Pipes to see Wicked for her birthday. And in just a couple weeks, my girl's gonna be 14.
Hee hee.
Why did you use Michael Jackson?
I didn't mean to. I'm gonna just go like hee hee. Y'all, let's hope that when my mama starts to, why did I say that so
I don't
fast?
know.
That when my mama like teaches me how to drive, that I don't crash the car. It's been a fear. Like, I've been dreaming lately of me like accidentally hitting.
It better
the
be
curb.
more than just a hope. You better not crash the car.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid. I'm gonna teach you in a fucking empty parking lot like I did David. I'm serious. Out in Millington. We're gonna go out to Millington.
Where is Millington? How far away is that?
Like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like 20. But yeah, I'm gonna start teaching Pipes to drive next week. Gonna be great.
Yeah, and if I'm good, according to my mom, on my birthday, I can get my own Instagram. I am blackmailing my whole family, y'all.
What?
Yeah, I've got pictures of all of my family looking like rats.
Piper.
Rat and rat self.
You better be careful. And remember,
I'm not gonna blackmail
your
you.
little brothers are gonna be older one day.
What do you mean?
They're gonna have pictures of you.
Girl, I know.
Girl, I know.
Milo took my phone earlier and took the ugliest picture of me.
He takes the worst angled pictures because he's so short.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Well, we thank you for listening to us. And guys, just stay kind. And for all the parents out there, please raise your kids to be kind. And don't be racist, homophobic, transphobic assholes, please. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, just keep that shit to yourself, for the love of God. No need to spread your disease. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Don't forget to smile.
Yeah, that too.
Wait, no, do you remember Zendaya's first YouTube video when she says, "Don't forget to smile," and then, like, that Zara Larson song starts playing?
No.
Oh.
I don't. Sorry. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
We love you.
Don't forget to smile.
We love all of our LGBTQ fam out there.
Maybe not the furries.
We love you, no matter what anybody says.
Y'all, I'm gonna get a tattoo on my foot.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you're looking at your tattoo, so.
Oh, I know. I feel like I have a scratch.
It's gonna be one of those, like, if you're reading this type tattoos.
Oh my God. Are you talking about on the bottom of your foot, like those socks?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm joking. I'm not.
Love you guys.
Love you.
See you next week. Bye.